MJ, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. So today we're going to be doing a book haul. Yes, fun little spring book haul. I've been starting to buy my books for the summer. I have a summer list, and I've been slowly starting to accumulate books for the summer. So I shall be showing you what I bought lately. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, let's start with what I have already read. I've read one book of this pile so far. This is my summer pile, like I was saying. So obviously I haven't read a lot of the books on here. I've read one and I am currently reading another. But the book I read was Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. This book, it was special. It was weird. I wasn't expecting what I read, and I like what I read, but that's not what I was expecting from this book. So I don't know what I was expecting. Anyways, this follows, what's her name? I feel like saying her name is Kayako, but no, that's not the same person. Keiko. Yes, Keiko. She works in a convenience store, and honestly I think you should go into this blind. That's what I did. I feel like people like usually don't give very elaborate resumes, backstory for this book, which I think works really well. So kind of go into this blind and don't expect anything from it. I think I gave this like a 3.75. It was special to say the least, but I don't know if it was like my favorite thing. It was good nonetheless, but I don't think it was like super memorable for me. So yeah, that is Convenience Store Woman. Alrighty, up next we have My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This is what I'm currently reading. I'm 50 pages in, and this book is gonna be a freaking trip. Let me just say that. It's gonna be one of those. It's trippy because this touches on the subject of grooming a young person. Probably touches on sexual assault also. I am 50 pages in, and this gets real quick. And I'm 50 pages in, and I'm already uncomfortable with some of the things that I'm reading. So yeah, it's special. But I think it's going to be super interesting. So this follows Vanessa, who had a relationship with a teacher that was 30 years her elder when she was a teen. The blurb says, "No one seems to understand that what Vanessa and Strain had together wasn't abuse, it was love." So I'm curious because I really can't wait to see Vanessa's point of view on this whole thing. So this is My Dark Vanessa. I think I have a really strong stomach for reading really disturbing things, so I don't think I'm gonna be like disturbed by this book, but I could be very wrong. Next book on the list is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I don't know a lot about a lot of the books in this haul. I don't know a lot about this book, but I am aware that this is a book that is told in 4 separate parts. And this also deals with sexual assault, which is why I bought it, because I want to read about that. Apparently I have a couple of books that deal with that actually in my pile, and a friend of mine made me realize, like, hey, like, are you okay? Why are you reading about this? And I'm like, oh, I don't know why I'm reading about this, but I don't know, it's the subject that I am very sensitive to, and it's also a subject that I really like to read about. So I think this is going to be super interesting, and I got it because it was told in 4 parts by someone who was sexually assaulted and doesn't really want to talk about it and doesn't know how to open up. So I thought that would be super interesting. I am actually studying in social work right now, so anything that has like a societal problem in it, I'm super invested and interested in reading. So yeah, that's probably why this interested me so much. So anywho, The Way I Used to Be. The next book I have here to show you is Code Name Verity. I actually found this while I was watching some TikToks, and it was like a TikTok of someone in a bookstore and you know, they're like, oh, show me a book, da, 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 da. And the book worker was like, this is like the book that I would reread again for the first time. And I was like, that sounds really good, actually. I don't know that much about it. It's set in World War II, which is very out of my usual branch. I don't usually read historical fiction, so yeah, but I think this is going to be super interesting. It's like this is a 300 page book, so this will be like super easy to breeze through. But this is about like espionage and Codename Verity is the story of an unforgettable friendship forged in the face of the ultimate evil. Ta ta ta. I don't remember exactly what it's about, but the girl on TikTok, she totally sold me on it, so I can't wait to read this. Next, we have The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. So what I gather from this is that this is about five sisters, 5 Lisbon sisters. Yes, that a bunch of people are obsessed with in the neighborhood, and people really find them compelling, and the boys are all for this, for them. And yeah, the girls all kill themselves. So, and it's about the aftermath of that, and I am guessing the effects that has on everyone. I cannot wait to read this, actually. I'm super excited to get my hands on this and actually like see what it's about. Again, suicide, societal problem that I'm super like into. I love dark things, so 5 people killing themselves and the aftermath of that for like people around them sounds right up my alley. Okay, next I have Open Water by, who's this by? Caleb Zuma Nelson. Everybody and their mama has been talking about this everywhere. This is about 2 young Black people who fall in love. It's about them overcoming a bunch of difficulties in their life, and yeah, I'm actually guessing this won't have a happy ending, but we shall see. But I'm really excited to read this. Actually, I prefer when things don't end happily. Again, I'm a dark side bitch, so what are you gonna do? Next book is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell. This is the story of basically Shakespeare's family. I don't know how much it's set in like actual factual reality, but I'm excited nonetheless. I think it's gonna be super interesting to hear about Shakespeare's family and their drama, and apparently the characters in this are gorgeous. Maggie O'Farrell's writing is beautiful, so I can't wait to sink my teeth into this beauty. Next up we have On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. This is basically a letter from a gay son to his mother who cannot read. Should be interesting. Apparently this is written in like a super lyrical way that resembles poem. So it's like basically 200 and something pages of just a poem. Ocean Vuong's writing is super beautiful, and yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure this is gonna, I never cry during reading. I've never cried. I don't know, man. I just don't cry, so I don't know. I'd really like for something to make me cry, but nothing ever does. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe this is it. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see, but I can't wait to read this. All right, up next we have Dead Girls by Selva Almada. Now this is a book from Argentina. I got this after someone recommended it, and this should be really interesting because this is basically about 3 murders that happened in the 1980s in Argentina, and this follows these 3 women who are murdered before, like, because now the word feminicide is like a word and it's a thing. It's a crime against women. But in the 80s, it wasn't like a thing. So I'm really curious to see. This is a social commentary book. So we shall see how this works out. But I'm really excited to get into this. And also this is like translated work, so that's super interesting. I love works translated from other languages. I think that's super fun and a super good way actually to kind of become more socially aware, which I absolutely love. So I cannot wait to get into this. And this is Dead Girls by Selva Almada. Alrighty, we're almost done. So next up we have All the Young Men by Ruth Cocker Burks and Kevin Carolieri. This is like a memoir, I think. It's unclear because this apparently talks about Ruth's life, or like a part of her life, but it's like not a memoir. It's like told story form, I think. So I don't know what you would qualify this as. Anyways, RuPaul blurbed it and said it's a must read because this actually talks about the AIDS epidemic in the 1980s. This is basically one woman's will to help the people in the community who were getting AIDS, and because they were really like seen in a super negative light and nobody really knew where the illness was coming from. So people were like blocked and kind of chastised for having the illness. She decided that she was going to help them. So yeah, that's kind of what it's about. It's about the AIDS epidemic that happened. And I think this is going to be super interesting, again, with my social commentary. And then I have 2 final books to show you that were really kindly gifted to me by a super close friend of mine, just because she's a great person and she decided she was gifting me books because she knows how much I love to read. So the first one is Know My Name by Chanel Miller. So everybody and their mama has seen this on Book Talk and on Bookstagram and on BookTube as well. So this is about, this is a memoir actually from Chanel Miller, who was sexually assaulted and decided to write a memoir about it. This was a really public case as well, so I think this is going to be super interesting. Again, bunch of social commentary, and yeah, I think this is going to be super interesting. I'm gonna have to be in the right mindset to read this because this is like just a book about somebody. Like my Dark Vanessa is gonna be like grooming and gross. This is like straight up sexual assault, so I'm gonna have to be in the right mind space to read this. But I think once I'm in it, and then it's gonna be super interesting read. And the final book I have to show you is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read 2 of her books so far. I've read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I've also read After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I can't wait to read this one as well. So this is about a girl named Emma who married her high school sweetheart and everything, and then one day he goes missing in like a plane or helicopter crash or something. And so after a while they declare him dead, so they think he's dead. So she kind of moves on, finds someone new, gets engaged, and then boom, here you have her dead husband coming back from the dead and her new fiance. So she has to like make a choice between the 2. So I think that should be pretty interesting in my humble opinion. And I think this is like not a super long book, yeah, 330, but Taylor Jenkins Reid's books are really easily digestible, so this shouldn't really take long to read, and I think it's going to be a perfect poolside read for the summer. Alrighty, that is it, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had quite a bit of books to show you. Well, I mean, I didn't have 60 plus, you know, but for like common mortal people who, you know, spend money on books, that was quite a big haul. Should have another haul coming at ya. Because I will order more books to have my complete summer collection. That way I can just pick and choose which ones I want to read out of my library in the summer, and that will be dealt with. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. She decided that she was gonna...